Thanks for dropping by.
Pleasure.
It's always a nice treat to have you drop by.
Good.
How'd you enjoy the show last night? Finally made it to Philadelphia. Yeah.
It was really good last night.
Yeah, very high energy audience.
Very much. Very. I mean, being in the centre of everything, you kind of feel it a little bit more. And towards the end, it got a little panicky. We were a little bit not frightened, but oh boy, kind of get out of the. To be able to run out like that, is a bit crazy.
Yeah, well, they mean well. People mean well,
of course, they, no problem. But
they want to kill you with love.
They just want to grab you. You see.
I think Rick got grabbed a little bit on the way.
There's a couple of little bangs on the way out, so it was a little because it's a little way. It's a we had. It wasn't the barriers weren't quite as organized as they could have been.
Right. Well, this is a problem that we've had on the. I say when we were out on the road the first week of the tour.
Yeah, that was chaotic as well. As first night, we didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
We just hoped that the audience enjoyed the show, and when we got off the stage, there was no kind of help to get us off, and they just jumped on us.
Well, I believe I had suggested that you just. When you come on, you just sort of, each of you come from a different corner of the building, just in street clothes, and just suddenly take off your clothes and wear funny masks and just suddenly appear on stage, you see. Or we thought of having you materialize on stage, right?
That'd be better.
Yeah. But is that part of the reason that you didn't come back to do another one after Roundabout last night?
Well, a little, because we kind of arranged that if things were going great, we'd probably go on and do another encore. But... it was one of those strange things. We were sitting there waiting, and then there was kind of a lot of reaction from the audience. But when the doors are closed, you don't hear anything. And so, when Brian, our manager, comes in and says, "Oh, they loved it. It's fantastic. Well done," and all this kind of thing. And a couple of guys started getting changed, and I said, "Well, are we going to try and make another one?" And Rick says something like, "Do you think we're going to get out?" But it was just enough that we could get back,
So, in other words, a word to the wise tonight, to the audience tonight, is be cool, right?
Yeah, especially if you're near us, It's nice to say hello and wave.
Yeah.
But if you're going to start swinging your arms around, it catches, gets
I think if they put their hands out at you and you're running past, then you get hit, and they don't realize it. But it's a dangerous thing.
But it wasn't, we enjoyed the show, and it was a good 2 hours, 15 minutes. So.
Well, basically, that's where the show ends in most places, and maybe you could be coaxed, maybe, to come back.
Well, last night we were just on the verge of doing it, and then they came in and said, "Well, I think it's okay that they've finally accepted that you're leaving."
They loved the show, phenomenal response.
We enjoyed it.
It was a good show, good hot show.
Good audience.
It's interesting to see how you overcame over the course of the last couple of weeks the problems with the round stage causing the feet, with the sounds of it. People don't realize how amazing that whole stage setup is, with all of the amps under the stage, with the monitors mostly hidden, and all of the usual stage gear that's on stage is not there; it's underneath. With some people, there's some people under there as well.
Roadies. There's about 6 or 7 roadies under there. They've got their little hammocks and
so
numbers, TV, radio, kind of.
If you see John talking to somebody who isn't there, you'll know what that is.
That's right. Yeah.
It's somebody underneath the stage, but a really, really fine response. I want to play a little tune. This is a song from the new album Tormato, which won't be out. Maybe you should talk a little bit about the title. We did it in the taped interview, but some people didn't quite understand what this Tormato.
I don't understand what it means. I mean, really, I'm only in the band.
Oh, okay. It's a mountain called a Yes Tor.
It's not very big, but it's a hill.
It's a hill.
A tor is a hill. It's an old word for hill. And there's this place called Yes Tor in Devon. And we started to figure that would be a nice title for the album. And
Yes Tor.
I think we possibly realized that maybe people wouldn't be so interested in Yes Tor anyway. And then it just happened somebody threw this tomato at us, And so it's called Yes Tomato.
Yes, Tormato. Okay, that explains it. And this is a song that you wrote with Rick, right?
That's right.
Madrigal. Any inspiration for this?
I just said to Rick, "Come on, play some piano. Let's do a madrigal." And he said, "Okay." And he just played some nice chords, and I sang this tune and put some lyric to it, and we recorded it that afternoon.
Really?
It was about we rehearsed it just one afternoon, and then About 2 weeks later, when we were recording, we just put it down, you know.
And it's just you and Rick?
Me and Rick, and a little bit of Steve on the acoustic guitar, and a few bells here and there.
Uh-huh.
Very gentle.
When you record, do you record sort of live in the studio? I mean, you record,
Yeah.
you all play together,
Yeah.
right, at the same time, rather than overdubbing. And,
No, it's best if we can try and...
right.
These days.
These days. And this is a little bit of... This is a song that you sang a little bit of last night, here and there.
Yeah.
It's magical. And the other possibility that the album might have been called was like 10 True Summers Past. I mean, right? Something about reflecting...
Actually, I think it's about half a dozen titles.
Yeah.
By the time you've got half a dozen, you don't know which one you're going to choose.
Yeah.
There was the... Well, Future Times, Circus of Heaven. Oh, there were going to be lots.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we were going to start at the top with the first one and cross it out, put the next one and cross it out, and have about half a dozen that people could choose from, because album titles, they either come very fast or they just about make it in the end.
Yeah. Speaking of it is the 10th anniversary of Yes, sort of, since the famous meeting between John and Chris Squire.
At the Shasta Club.
Right.
I was being swept up.
Right, where John was sweeping up.
No, I was being swept up.
Swept up.
Swept down the stairs. They were
And how do you have any thoughts on the 10 years of Yes, John? I mean, that chance meeting started something that means a lot to a lot of people, you know, which is Yes music.
Yeah. We just hopefully keep going. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to reflect on a thing that is actually keeping up a momentum, you know.
Yeah.
You can remember times, but you're never sure what it all means until the fruition, if you like. And I'm still looking for the fruition of the band. I think it's coming very strongly these days.
Uh-huh.
We've gone through a lot of different ideas and different areas of music, but there is still a search inside for a better statement, if you like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's just a personal sort of
Well,
thing.
you tried to make statements through the music, I know. And this album has a lot of shorter statements.
True.
Right?
True.
I was going to play Circus of Heaven here. This is the one that featured the famous international transcontinental phone call premiere a few months back. Remember when Steve...
Oh, yeah.
Steve played us a little bit of it.
Good.
Over the phone.
Yeah.
And I guess you wrote this one also, John, right?
That's right.
Circus of Heaven.
Yeah.
The idea of the circus coming to town.
Yeah, it was taken from an old story, not an old one, but a story by Ray Bradbury, who wrote this story about this circus, and I think it came from that kind of idea, and I just translated it into a song more than anything.
Right. And sometimes on stage your son speaks through tape.
Yeah, that's right. Through the cosmic zone.
Yes, in fact, he might do it tonight again as well.
He's going to try it tonight.
He's going to try it,
He wasn't together last night.
No.
He was asleep.
Circus of Heaven. Circus of Heaven there from the new album, Yes, Tomato. That's so nice. Nice song.
Thank you.
And we should make it clear that the album is not out yet and won't be out for about 2 weeks. It's been
I think it's the 20th, isn't it?
I think it's 25th. Yeah.
Oh, 25th.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, let's stretch it back a bit further. 25th of next year.
Yeah.
let's release it next year, so everybody's really into it, you know. So everybody's got the tape recorders.
Right,
and just,
right.
You know, it doesn't matter really if you think about it. Music should be free.
Right. So the new Yes album will be free in all
Why
the stores,
not?
right? Okay.
It's not going to do any harm.
Tell them John sent you.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be free, but music is well. Whatever.
I mean, basically, you pay a lot for some plastic now. The music is
free, right? You're paying for the plastic that it's pressed on, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. It is. I guess a lot of work went into this album. Did you think about the concept of going into this album, a total concept in terms of the album, or is it just a collection of songs, recent
that
songs?
That was the main movement, to record a dozen songs and see what was happening.
Yeah.